So in the video after this, we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting radicals. So something that's really important to recognize is knowing which radicals are like radicals and which are unlike radicals. And so here we see that square roots that have the same radicand are called like radicals. And so remember, radicand, that's just the number inside of the radical. So for instance, if I had the square root of 2, that means that 2 would be my radicand. So some examples of like radicals are square root of 2 and 3 times the square root of 2. Those are like radicals because under the radical I have the same number. Another example would be negative 6 square root of 15 and 7 square root of 15. Those are like radicals since they have the same thing underneath. We can even have variables underneath that radical. So let's say I had the square root of ab squared and 4 times the square root of ab squared. Those would be like radicals. So all these like radicals I can add and subtract together. However, unlike radicals, I cannot do that. So for instance, if I had 2 square root of 5 and square root of 2, I could not add those together. And that's because they don't have the same number underneath the radical. Square root of 5 and square root of 2, those aren't the same. And that's going to be the same thing with variables as well. So if I had the square root of x and square root of 3x, even though they both have an x, since the second one has a 3 in there, they're still not like radicals. These would be unlike. And sometimes they'll try to trick you. So like if I had the square root of xy squared and the square root of x squared y, those would be unlike because the exponent of 2 is with a different variable. Here x is just x, but on the second one I have x squared. And same thing with the y's.